Keep your voice down, old men.
Yes, it is. I will let you know when they close
Hey, 55 days where you're not allowed to sleep. Now you've got an airbag.
Let's only by liars, cheats, charlatans and fraudsters. Boris Johnson has corrupted.
What?
Don't spit on me,
I'll
please.
spit whoever I want to spit at.
No,
okay.
you won't.
So what you're saying is that people who are more vulnerable don't matter. You're saying people who are more vulnerable don't matter.
Who's the audience? How you doing? Fine. Okay, so you two think the kids should take the vaccine, yeah?
I think the parents and the GCP are I know. Okay, so
The science,
I don't
follow the
know.
science.
My honest answer is I don't know.
Because you're scared, you want kids to protect you. Why don't you stand up and be an adult and let kids?
I didn't say that. I just said I don't know.
Kids don't have to take it, so grow up
Why
here.
do the kids want to take it? Right?
They don't want to take it.
How do they need to be told all the facts before they say
So stop being a coward. Stand up for the kids. Stop being a coward.
Your portfolio? So we all know each other here. Where's Alternative Media? Who are you?
very guilty. We don't.
You're looking very guilty at the moment, mate. You're going to report some lies here, aren't you?
Cowards running away. Expect children to protect them. Oh, I'm scared. I want children to protect me.
Walking away, that's
Well, everyone.
vaccination. No discrimination. Freedom. Coercion.
Freedom. End all.
Hello guys. Ladies and gents. Yeah. As you can all see here, ladies and gents, there's actually quite a decent turnout of men and women who have come from all over the country to be here today in our fine capital to stand shoulder to shoulder with the same grievance after serving so long. There's many years and tours here in front of you between the men and women that you can see here today on behalf of this government, on behalf of these people. But we stand here in solidarity today on behalf of freedom within our own country, on our own shores. I said to my wife yesterday, in 1944, my granddad was the second man to land on Juno Beach. And he was a section commander, he commanded quite a few men. And I said, I could just picture him sitting there in France and Belgium, talking to his men, saying, when you grow old, you can tell your grandkids what you did here. Yeah. And I say the same today to the people stood here. In the name of freedom for this country on our shores. Okay? Guys and girls, thank you very much for making a stand and standing shoulder to shoulder with each other in the face of tyranny on the shores of UK. Okay, this isn't a war of bombs and bullets, it's a war of psychology. Okay, people need to understand this. All right, and the quicker we can get the message out to the ladies and gentlemen, the children of this country, the better. Thank you.
Young man.
Hi everybody, my name's Anna de Buisseret. I'm a retired army officer, but I'm also a senior lawyer. And hello.
I've seen your video.
Yeah, that was me. You're murdering all our children. Yeah, I'm sorry. I actually wasn't very proud of that when I went to bed that night. I have to tell you, I was like, oh, Anna, you lost your temper. But thank you. But to be honest, what had happened in the preamble was that I'd already visited so many policemen right from the start on the protests and was challenging them. And then I went to the clinic, as you know, and I challenged the clinic. And by the time I got to the clinic last Monday, I was sick of challenging, and in the end, I'm afraid I just lost my temper. So apologies for losing my temper, but apparently... It was passion. So yeah, I just wanted to let you all know that we've actually issued proceedings. When I say, I won't take the credit for it, it's Law or Fiction, firm of lawyers with some barristers. They've crowdfunded and they've issued a judicial review application on the 2nd of September challenging the Secretary of State and the MHRA for authorising these injections in children. So that court application has gone in. I would invite you all to read the grounds that we've submitted, because that actually takes you through the legal position as well as our evidence on why the children should not be injected with these experimental gene treatments. So that includes a statement from a Dr. Ranson, which is a medical legal report, in which her overall conclusion is that no child under 18 should be injected with these experimental treatments. So please do read all of that. You can find it on the Crowd Justice page. If you search for Law or Fiction Judicial Review, hopefully you should find it. And you can download those documents. And what I would suggest you do is take those into your school, the schools, and actually show the schools what we're doing as terms of lawyers. Now, we can't get to the court in time, which was one of the reasons why I made the scene in front of the clinic, waiving the case decision of Bell and Tavistock. Now, that's so important because the court has already looked at the issue of whether children can be Gillick competent to consent to an experimental treatment. And the court has said physicians should seek clarification from the court in such circumstances. A, because it's experimental. B, because there's no long-term safety data. C, because we don't actually know the long-term consequences on things like fertility and sterility, neurological development, myocarditis in the heart. The other thing is that people are not being told of the material risks, and the material risks aren't even all yet known yet. But we all obviously know about the yellow card, 1,609 deaths so far, over 1 million serious adverse events, including disability, deafness, long-term serious health, life-limiting issues. So given all of those factors, the court in Bell and Tavistock about puberty blockers said essentially any kind of experimental treatment, the children under 18 will not be able to give informed consent necessarily. You can't assume it. So the whole idea of relying on Gillick competence is outdated, okay? That was a 1986 case. Bell and Tavistock is 2020. And I just want to also tell you this, that in terms of the informed consent laws, our analysis is that not a single person in the country is able to give their freely informed consent to these treatments because they have been lied to, they have been deceived, they have been... and the psychological warfare is military grade. So as you know, if you don't give your freely informed consent, then that can be a potentially criminal offence. Under Section 20 of the Offences Against the Person Act 1861, if you inject somebody, you have broken the continuity of their skin. Whatever happens to them is a wound that you've caused. That's the actus reus, and you caused it deliberately. So if that person ends up injured or dead and you did not obtain their lawful informed consent, then I'm afraid that's prima facie criminal for which you can be imprisoned. So I'm trying to also wake up the staff who are injecting people because they're being lied to and they don't know the legal position, but unfortunately they are the ones committing the actual act that are leading to injury and death. So it's a warning. So I hope that all helps, but do please find me if you've got any other questions. Does anybody want me to answer anything now? Adam Wagner, yes. He said I didn't know what I was talking about. Actually, he called me a woman, didn't he? He didn't acknowledge the fact that I was a lawyer. He said some woman. Yeah. He's wrong. He's saying that the case of Bell and Tavistock doesn't apply, but clearly, a court won't decide a case like that without you being able to extract from that, and the key point is it's an experimental treatment, and this is an experimental treatment.
Like a little suggestion. Anybody that's saying anything against us, let's not give any airtime.
No, all right.
No airtime.
No, I'm actually grateful though to put that on record for Adam Wagner. But yeah, so thank you all. Please do have hope. We are on it, but we are also looking at alternatives to going through the main court system. Common law courts are being established around the country, and ultimately, we've got to get these perpetrators and get our freedom back. Thank you for coming.
Hello guys, my name is Mick Stott. I created a group called the Guardians 300. The Guardians 300 is a group that is going to apply common law. We've now got more and more veterans coming on board. Our job is to change the momentum of this. We've already got in excess of 70 trainers. We're just about to train another 70 trainers. We've trained over 1,000 peace constables already, and by the end of November we're looking at creating at least 30,000. By Christmas we're looking at doubling that. And by the nature of the fact of the numbers of programs that we have planned, I believe we're going to achieve that. We're only going to achieve that through a couple of mechanisms: peace, honour, and being lawful. And of course, what we're also going to show you guys is that long gone are the days where we lose the right to defend our property and the people that we have within our communities. And the Guardians 300 are going to be doing that. We're going to be specialising in that. So if you're interested in joining us, look at the channel www.guardians300.com and join us. Come and train, understand your freedoms, and know how to apply those lawfully to make a difference. It's all about momentum and strategy.
Thank you.
Arrested 13 times. This was the last time I went to Charing Cross Police Station. That's it. Yeah.
You look so
You're gonna love it.
different. Oh,
hello. Every time I watch your stuff, I'm like, I love that man. I love it.
Can you guys explain what you do yourself?
No, just let me one point, because I need to just explain this one. That's what it is. I went to Charing Cross Police Station, one time with Wes and one time back by myself. Well, both times. Yeah, I've recorded while I've been there. I want to break down the barriers of where the police interview you, or in the courts where they can't record. We have to see justice being done. I have to show people that the 13 times I was arrested was on the fraud of them and Chris Whitty that I was being harassed. I was arrested last time and no further action after being messed about in the cells for 24 hours for harassing them. Now Chris Whitty's lies, as we know, and the recovery report that they've got hydroxychloroquine banned for a prophylactic and a cure for COVID-19. We wasn't needing any of this. So what I've turned is my case of being harassed when they said there's no case to answer. I stayed at the desk and went, no, I want Chris Whitty. I want Chris Whitty arrested and investigated for harassing me. So that build-up is in there, and also the envelope I gave to Cressida Dick. Cressida Dick is in full knowledge that this is a fraud. It was dated, it was posted to post dated, so it's all there. So have a look through it. There is more. Well, I think that'll keep you busy. So I've been a busy boy. So have you been arrested 13 times and then you've been to court twice?
Resist, defy, do not comply. Resist, defy, do not comply.
Here for tyranny is defiance.
Top my back. Resist, defy, do not comply. We are going